Hi, I'm Chris Ackerson. I'm the Executive Director of Men's Ministry Network here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I want to thank you for taking just a few minutes to hear what we'll call our State of the Ministry address. Recently, we had to file our annual tax report called the 990 for nonprofits. And in it, we're asked to give a description of the ministry. And I want to share that with you first. We said in there that Men's Ministry Network is a group of dedicated men intentionally building up one another to multiply spiritually mature disciple makers within our local churches in support of our pastors. With a focus on serving pastors and lay leaders, Men's Ministry Network calls men out of a passive life in the pews to become the leaders God intended them to be in their families, their churches, their workplace, and their community. We believe this kind of leadership is the key to building up our churches, our city, and our country. Most negative societal issues can be traced back to a man who does not understand who God designed him to be in these areas. In the last 3 years, 160 men have been commissioned into a citywide network of disciple makers, representing 35 churches with more men in training. Quarterly events assemble men in churches from around the region to engage them in this growing movement of disciple making. In 2013, a formal relationship was established with 2 national ministries. Man in the Mirror Ministries is partnering with Men's Ministry Network to provide churches with strategic training in the development of effective ministry to men inside the church, while Iron Sharpens Iron provides a proven template for annual region-wide equipping conferences. We believe this model of ministry partnership, both locally and nationally, is developing into a franchisable system that can be duplicated in other cities in the coming years. 2013 obviously created great momentum for the ministry. We have more men who know who we are, we have more pastors who understand our mission to serve the local church, and we've added more assets and tools to the ministry to help us to deliver on this mission. We've updated websites, have better email communication, and have even introduced social media in the last year. We've got a new office in downtown Chattanooga that we can now use to meet with men and with church teams, both to help them as they strategize their own men's ministry and to offer them different levels of training. We've got a growing number of experienced volunteers who can help us deliver our mission through these quarterly events and training opportunities. And we have a growing number of churches partnering with Men's Ministry Network to train their men's leadership. Our core training resources for men in churches continue to develop and improve. As we continue to grow and experience this momentum, however, it stretches our capacity as a ministry, and we need to do several things. We need to continue to improve on our ability to communicate with churches, with individual men, and particularly with our investors. We need to improve the timing of our outreach and invitations to churches to take part in our training and events to be sure that we maximize those opportunities. We need to develop an intentional and organized prayer initiative for all aspects of the ministry, and most importantly, we must become consistent in our investor development efforts to ensure the sustainability of the ministry. The reality is that our aggressive pursuit of our mission, particularly in our training and events, has outpaced our investor development efforts and in fact has interfered with it. As one of our board members might say, we've outrun our coverage, which has created a significant cash flow problem for the ministry. We've unintentionally created a consumer rather than investor relationship with most of the men in churches involved in the ministry. Only 1/3 of our $7,000 basic monthly income needs are covered by current monthly pledges. We need immediate investment to allow us to execute our ministry plan throughout 2014 and to continue to develop the needed monthly investor team. We've not been bold enough in inviting investors to join us as we work to answer the call we hear Jesus making on men in the Bible, and we want to be bold today in asking you to first consider the importance of calling up spiritually mature men as leaders in our churches, our families, and our communities. Second, to be sure you're investing in your local church and its efforts to carry out that mission. But third, to ask you to make a decision about supporting Men's Ministry Network on a monthly basis, as well as any one-time investment you're able to make today. If you're a participant in the ministry as an individual or through your church, we want to challenge you particularly to take up this challenge. Your investment demonstrates to others the value of investing in Men's Ministry Network, and more importantly, encourages others to take up the challenge to become disciple makers and leaders themselves. Please visit our website to give online or to find information on how to mail in your investment. If you need help in deciding how much to invest, take a look at the attached sheet that explains some of the different ways others are investing. And of course, if you'd like to sit down to talk to me, give me a call. I'd love to sit and explain more of the details of what's happening in the ministry and the vision that we have for the future. Again, thank you for investing some time to hear what's going on in the ministry, and we'll look forward to reconnecting with you soon.